Welcome to my first ever Vlogmas. I figured why not start it off with an update of the Red Sea Max 250, which is the tank that kind of started this all. Let me throw these lights in blue real quick. All right, hey Mr. Snowman, put these guys on. Boom, now we are talking. Let me know if you got the exclusives. All right, well, to start off with, this is a Red Sea Max 250, which is a 65-gallon reef tank. Coming up on 5 years of me having it. I did buy it used, however, it was not like this. When I bought it, it was just a big pile of rocks and like one bubble tip anemone, and I'm pretty sure that's it. I think it had a couple fish, but the tank ended up getting ick, and those fish died off, so all of these have been my fish from when I went fallow and then restarted everything. So yeah, this is going on 5 years in about 2 months, and it's pretty mature. Have little issues here and there. I was battling the sand bed getting full of algae for a while there, and we are finally starting to kind of tip the scale a little bit, and it's getting better again. Obviously, you still see some parts that do have algae popping up, but it's been about a week since I've done a water change, maybe a little bit more, and this is kind of where we're at right now, which is good progress. I personally am not somebody who likes to use like a bunch of chemicals and stuff to get rid of stuff. I know a lot of people do that and have great success with it. I personally just try to go the slower, more like incremental route if I can, the more natural way. And yeah, just water change. You might notice something slightly different in the tank from the last video, and that's because I kind of had like one day I just woke up, looked at the tank, and I was like, I am tired of this. And I got rid of, actually it was one of my favorite rocks, but it's gone now. There was a rock here like this that had a bunch of pokies, and then there was another rock like right here. And I decided to just get rid of them because they were full of, it was like these little blue polypy things. You guys had seen it on this coral right here a couple months back, and sure enough, that coral was next to the rock and it spread on there, and I was like, let me just get this out of here before it just completely starts going crazy. Also, I kind of like that it opened up that front space a little bit, which made it for a nice minor change up of the rock structure, not really, but just it opened it up, left some room for these favias to keep growing. They're getting like pretty, let me drop that. They're getting pretty out of hand in terms of growth. This guy, I mean, I just have to trim it soon. There is just no way that it can keep going. As you can see over here, this part is starting to die off a little bit. Not die off, but just like the color is lacking, and it's probably because it's getting shaded over here. So if I could, I wonder if I could just like trim a big circle around there and cut a bunch of frags. That would be sick. This guy right here is one of my favorite in the tank, and it has started to hit a growth spurt, and now that it has room, I feel like it's just gonna keep growing even more. This one over here is super nice, but hasn't really seen much growth yet, so hopefully soon it will. As you can see, all of the stuff that I kind of put on plates usually starts to hit that like point of growth and then just start plating out. Along with the favias, these guys over here are doing really well as well. They are super fluffy. I mean, I don't really see them getting more heads anymore just because I don't know that they even have room. I mean, I guess they're just filled with heads. You can't even tell. It's hard to see, but all under here is just full of heads, and they're just massive. This guy I also see started to get a double head branching off there, which is sweet because I'm pretty sure it was almost dead when we put it in here, so good growth on that. It has really just been a bunch of slow progress on things where you don't really notice a change, and then you come back months later and you look at something again, you're like, oh yeah, maybe that has grown, or maybe that has started to look better, or just things like that that you don't pick up on when you're looking at the tank every single day. In terms of what I am running in the tank, I am still just running filter floss, magic pads. I have a Purigen back there, and I also have a little bit of, oh my gosh, GFO, I just remembered, yeah, a little bit of GFO back there. So that is what I'm running right now. I actually have to probably change the GFO soon because I haven't done it in a while, but once everything gets back in control, I'll probably switch back to just running the Purigen and ChemiPure Elite. Those are the two that I usually keep back there most frequently when I'm not having like issues that need some extra oomph in there. In terms of dosing, I am still dosing alkalinity and calcium, and then I'll occasionally just drop in a little alpha reef or some iodine supplement. Basically, I'm honestly just trying to get rid of this one, so that way I could only just occasionally do this one. But it's taking a while because it's only like 5 milliliters at a time, so yeah, and I don't do it every day. I am still running Radeon XR30 Pro's Gen 2 boards with Gen 3 lights, I believe it was, in the top of my hood. I took out the T5s and just custom fit those. I'm still having issues with the one light, but I am working on remedying that. So hopefully soon I won't have that issue anymore. That issue being that the light just doesn't turn on and I have to manually go into EcoSmart Live and reset it. Like just click program again and it just like refreshes the light, I guess, and then it turns on like fine. It relinks and everything. So I don't know, but hopefully that gets resolved soon. I'm gonna top down on this tank in a while, so let's see what that is like. In terms of pumps, I'm just running the 2 pumps in the back, and then I have an MP10 here, which seems to be working fine. I guess you could always add more flow, but seems to be working okay for me. Uh-oh, I didn't think this through. Oh no. Oh yeah, that was definitely, didn't think that was gonna work, but okay. Anyway, so there are my lights, which are still covered and protected here. Yeah, like I said, once I do, this one never has any issues, knock on tank. This is the one that always restarts, so annoying, but it still works, and I'm trying to find a solution for it in the meantime. So yeah, woo! Haven't done this view in a long time. It actually looks pretty sick from here, I'm not gonna lie. It looks cool from up here. This is my favorite view of the tank. Am I the only one that the top down is my favorite view of the tank? It looks good here, yeah, it looks great. But then you come over here and you just got so many colors. You could see everything growing on top of each other and mixing well, like this right here. So awesome. All right, anyway, let's go to these corals here. So I moved this jack-o'-lantern frag over here. It was one that I broke off from like down the light there. You could see it down there. Man, actually that thing's bigger than I thought. It's hidden behind the rock, so I can't really ever see it, but that is nice. Anyway, I broke off a little piece from there, and then I had listed it for sale because it was just overgrowth and nobody ever hit me up for it. So I put it up there and it's now encrusted onto the rock. It actually has some pretty cool mixing going on with that nuclear meltdown. That meltdown was blocked before by the grafted Monty that I had that was coming out from the wall. And when I cut that back and off to reposition it, this guy started growing again. It was also, I'm pretty sure it was almost like gone. There was just very little of it left. And now it's actually taken over that rock really nice. It's growing around this Tangerine Dreams acro over here, which the Tangerine Dreams actually seems to be getting some color pops in there and starting to look good, so that's good. I have to start cutting these off of here and making little frags. Maybe I could get some of those going shortly. I gotta have at least probably 6 solid frags there that I could get rid of for like 20 bucks a piece or something. And I have a nice double piece over here. These are some other zoas. I mean, yeah, other zoas in here. But that has just started to take off on that entire rock, so we'll see what I do about that. Over on the arch, just more encrusting and plating things. This is the plus orange. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is the orange plasama over here. I'm definitely saying that wrong, but you get what I'm saying. And this seems to stop the war coral from continuing to grow, so I'm hoping it will start evening out a little bit and kind of take back some of that rock, but leave enough where it's like a nice little contrast there. Then we have the Season's Greeting Monty here, which is plating out nicely, and I guess that's a yellow plasama or whatever it's called, which is actually looking really nice on the top down. And it's fully encrusted now. It's pretty crazy. Like I said, I haven't done this view in a while, like probably months that I've looked at the tank like this, and seeing the corals from the top is showing much more growth than I could see from the front spot, which is cool. Looking at this guy right here, I mean, yes, it looks like it's grown, but I mean, it looks okay. And then I look at it here and it just has multiple layers. It's growing down the other side of it. It's just good growth, guys, good growth. Moving right along this way, obviously you still see those Favias down there that are just freaking massive. The Space Invader Chalice, I broke off some pieces so that those could hopefully sell shortly. Anytime it starts getting over like the mushroom and stuff, I just break pieces off, give them a couple days to heal there in the sand bed, and then hope somebody buys them. So yeah, I also have more jack-o'-lantern here. Also one of my favorite corals. It's affordable, it's a good grower, it's super bright. I like it. And you can see it's in 3 different parts of my tank and doing good on all 3. Here is about, I would say, a little bit higher than middle. Here is slightly higher. It's not really too much different than the other one, but it's more direct light. It's not shaded by other stuff. And then that one down there is literally at the bottom third of my tank, covered by a bunch of stuff, and it's still growing really, really nicely. So if you're looking for a coral to try, maybe try the jack-o'-lantern. In the middle here, we have that green-blue acro that I had here that I had taken out, sold the whole entire big colony because it was just growing so much, and as you guys could see, it's just, once again, growing here, growing here, growing here. I just haven't taken it out yet because it's not, like, I don't feel it's hurting anything, so it's just filling the tank in more, and I don't really mind it that much. So we're good there. And then look how cool that blue plating sponge came in. I had a bunch here that I ripped off and either sold or got rid of because it was just too much, and it's not really something that a bunch of people want for some reason. I mean, I think it grows pretty cool, it's just not really bright. So when I had huge pieces and I had nothing to do with them, I just literally threw them in the back, like back in those holes, and look what is happening. It actually grew out of the back and is plating really nice out the back wall, which, again, I didn't notice that until I just opened up the top of the hood and saw that, which looks freaking awesome. From here you can see some pieces, but you can't see the levels that you can see from this view, how it's just completely filled. Like, you can't even see really rock right here at all. There's no rock. We got a little rock right here, but all this is just coral. We got a little bit right there too. So that one should be okay. This one I'm gonna have to keep an eye on a little bit more. If it starts to grow out, I'll have to cut it back again so it doesn't shade everything there. I have some pink hippozoas here that don't really seem to grow much. They just kind of hang there. I got, what, like 2 polyps on there. And that Christmas Favia doesn't really grow much either. It's just been there. On the Zoa arch, we have some space to make some additions here pretty soon. These area, it used to be awful with these right here. This started to die off recently, and I can't say that I'm mad about it, to be honest, because these guys just overtook the entire arch. And if you go back a couple years, I actually had a really nice arch with a whole bunch of different colors and a bunch of different Zoas, and it was really, really pretty. And then these kind of just took it all over and kind of ruin that. So maybe we'll put something really bright here soon, and hopefully they don't take it over. We still have a couple left in here on this side. We have the white zombie zoas right there, and then we have some scrambled eggs, which I love the scrambled, block the light, scrambled eggs on the back corner right there where the fish is holding over. I also, it looks like there's a couple King Midas still stuck in there, and I think I see one radioactive literally right there. So I don't know, we'll see if those start to like pop out again. That could be cool. But yeah, as you can see, I had all those colors all over the thing, and then it just didn't work out. The white zombies actually have been doing really, really well, and they're doing good in this tank, and they're doing really good in the other tank. So I could probably start breaking off some frags of this soon, and I think they sell for a decent amount, so I gotta maybe start cashing in on those puppies. And then over here in this corner, we have this nice little encrusting split rock here. There's 3 different types, or they're the same type, but just 3 different colors on there, which they've been melted together like that for probably a couple years now, and they're just at a happy medium, I guess, because the only place it's been hasn't grown any more this way. It's just been growing up under there. I'm not really sure what's going to happen when it gets onto like the stems of the hammers and the frog spawns. And we have a beautiful bouquet over here, which I don't know, has to have at least 30-40 heads, maybe 30 heads. Definitely seems like a lot. And then of course we have my Duncan colony that I've had in here for years, and I guess it's just slowly growing as well, but it just pretty much stays that decent size, and the clownfish love it. Also, I do still have some mushrooms, blue plating sponge here, and some toadstools. So if you are local to South Florida and interested in those, hit me up on Instagram. Dropped in some seaweeds for the homies. Like, everybody likes it. Yummy, yummy. And then Grumpy just waits down here and gets the crumbs. Yep. Smart. He lets them do all the work and he just picks up the leftovers. I am going to try my best to do as many days of Vlogmas as possible. I am going to miss some days just because I have previous things planned that I can't be filming. So I won't hit them all, like all the days, but I am going to try my best to get multiple videos out a week for this month. And yeah, it won't all be fish tank stuff like I said, because I do a lot of other things than, well, I really don't do a lot of other things. I do a couple other things other than fish tank stuff. So it'll just be a mix. I'll try to incorporate the fish as much as possible when I can, but other than that, it's just gonna be vlogs of what I do on the day-to-day, house renovations, a little bit of work maybe, and maybe some other, I don't know what, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.